In this video, we're going to discuss how to edit a page on the web server. So what I've done to prepare for this is I have opened up WinSCP through the virtual desktop interface. I am now on my student demo account, and if you'll notice over on the right hand side that I actually have the remote session open there to my H drive, and I've got a lot of folders and files over here ready, and they are exactly the same thing over here, on the local side, and then over here on the remote side I've got the same folders open. So what I've done is I've got a complete duplicate of everything. Now what I want to show you real quick is a couple of problems. Over here on my local side, I have an index page, style, and template. Well, what I'm going to deal with on this particular tutorial is the template. So I'm going to open the template here, and what happens is it gives me a place to edit, and I can go in here and change things, and that's all it does is just change this. So just for a quick demo, instead of default page here, I'm going to type in that this is my local copy. It's the one that is on my H drive here as part of my session. Save that. I can close it, and then if I go back and look, it's still local copy. Notice that this does not affect the one over here on the server. Open it up, and it is still just default page. Now if I want to update that, I would take template here, drag it over, and let it copy the whole thing over. So now this template over on the server is my local copy. They're exactly the same at this point. You will notice that the byte size between the two do not match. That is simply a matter of Windows does carriage return line feeds a little bit different than a Unix or Linux box does. Therefore the size is always just a little bit smaller. You can see the same thing on these index pages that are the same as well. Here I'm a few, or about 100 or so off. As the file gets larger, the difference will become greater depending on how many times you pressed return in that document. So that's how you'll normally edit a page on the server. In other words, you don't. Please do not edit directly on the server, and here's why. If I edit here, and I drag it over, and then view it, then I've got two copies. So I've got this copy, this was the old one. There's the new one. But here's what happens if I do it directly. If I change this, and this time I'm actually going to put in just the word new, so I can tell it's slightly different. This is my new local copy. Go to the web page and refresh that. That's fine. And I can even go in and keep changing it just a little bit. Now this is the newest of the new. Again, I could view it. And it's showing me the newest. Still, I can click here and it's still valid. Here's the problem. I have my original that said local, and I have newest. I don't have a copy of anything in between. If I needed to back up a version for whatever reason, tough. I can't. I've lost that track in between. So what I recommend you do is exactly what I showed you in the beginning. Edit here, over on your local copy, and then move it over and view it then. Anytime you edit the remote copy on the server, you're editing the live copy, which means you do not get a backup, and you're going to cause yourself some trouble eventually. It's just not a safe practice. It also doesn't give you a copy of everything you need in case, let's say, something happens to the server, as has happened in the past, and the thing gets reset completely and blows away all accounts and all files and everything, and now you have nothing. So remember, you're responsible for the files that you keep. I suggest edit your files on your side, and then drag it over, view it, make sure the changes happen, but always edit first on your local side, and then copy it to the remote.